What's up, y'all? Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesday, here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Thank you for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. If you could, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all of my future Teachable Tuesdays content. We are approaching the finale of the relaxation series. There was technically supposed to be 2 more videos, but I found a way to combine everything into one because I didn't want to drag this series out for too much longer. I have some other topics that are going to be coming up very soon and a few surprises for y'all that I want to kind of get rolling with it. And, I'm realizing with some of these series, they don't have to be necessarily long or drawn out. No more than about 3, maybe 4 episodes per series. And, kind of get the point across from there. But anyways, today we are going to be talking about the balance of relaxation. And this is the reason why I bring this up. I think a lot of people, they get confused as to how they can find different ways to relax, right? And the people that get confused about this are the individuals like myself, I'm going to be very honest, who work hard a lot nonstop and don't really get much of a break. And when we get that break, truth be told is we don't know quite how to handle ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So this is a little something that I hope will ultimately help you guys out in terms of finding that balance so that way you can still work hard when you need to and take time to relax. Because it's one thing for me to say, oh, hey, listen, go ahead and work hard, but make sure you relax too. It's another thing to show you how to do it. As of the recording of this video, I am actually on a break right now. I'm going to call it summer break. Well, it is technically summer break for teachers, but I'm also on break technically for the summer for about 10 days because I work during the summer. And I want to kind of give you a little bit of insight on what I'm doing right now to find that balance because I'm still working, still creating content, still taking care of school stuff, still taking care of music stuff. But at the same time, I'm also making sure I spend plenty of time resting up and so on and so forth. So here's how this can work where you can have a balance. Number one, if you're having a hard time finding a balance between relaxing and working, maybe take some time out to create a schedule, right? Let's say you're in a situation like myself right now, where I technically don't have to work, but there is work that needs to be done. What I'll do is I'll set aside a few hours per day to get some work done. And then after that, I'll set a few hours where I just relax, maybe play some video games, so on and so forth, right? And the reason why I say this is because I'm still being productive. I'm still getting things done, but at the same time, I'm still having some downtime. Now, it's hard for some people to have downtime because you might not have enough time to relax, especially if you're in a situation to where you have other responsibilities. Like, for example, for me, I'm single, so I ain't got to worry about nobody but myself. But if you are married or you have children or married with children, that can cause quite an impact. Maybe you're taking care of your parents, which if you are, God bless you, because that's not an easy feat, right? There's so many different external factors that can be involved. And for those of you who have those external factors, my recommendation is to, try your best to set aside time for yourself after you take care of your responsibilities. Even if it's a situation where you just take an hour a night to where you just relax. Maybe put on some TV, right? Maybe play some video games. Maybe listen to some music. Maybe go for a walk. Sometimes walking can be relaxing. I know walking is relaxing for me. That's a way that you can incorporate that as well, right? I think what people kind of get lost at with the relaxation with a balance is people go to the extreme, right? It's either you work super, super hard or you just fully relax and do absolutely nothing. Which, granted, there are times for that, right? But if you're trying to really develop that balance, I'm not going to say perfect balance because there is no perfect balance. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you are setting aside time for both, right? I'm going to kind of give you an example. I'm going to give you an example of an active work balance, relax, versus an inactive. And the difference is active means it's your normal work week. Inactive means it's not your normal work week, but as you know, you still got hustles that you're taking care of. So I'm going to give you an example of the active one, right? Because that's the one that I do, obviously, the majority of the year. So I work 2 jobs. I'm a teacher, and I also work Boys and Girls Club. So you can imagine it's very difficult for me to find time to relax. But what I told myself this previous school year that just passed is I said, all right, Marcus, no matter what you got going on, no matter how late it gets, which there are some late nights for me, it happens. I told myself at least 1 hour of decompressing when I get home. Sometimes I would come home, shower, eat, and go straight to sleep. And I would wonder why my body is sleeping but not resting. It's because you kind of got to prep yourself into your sleep. Now, you're not going to always get a chance to do that, but if you can, it's very important. So an active work week for me, how I would create an active balance of working and relaxing, is taking at least 1 hour to decompress. What does decompressing look like for me? And I've talked about it on this channel before. For me, it's watching TV. It's listening to music. It is doing some form of meditation, restorative yoga, something where I can relax and not have to worry about things that are going on. I put my phone down and the rest is history. I'm sorry, y'all, but scrolling on social media is not necessarily the best method for relaxing. I'm not saying it's not relaxing to do so. I'm not saying it's a lot more chill, but you really want to do something to take yourself out of the ordinary of what's going on that day. And we're on our phones constantly. So that's just my personal opinion. Some people might disagree, but that would be an example of an active work relaxed balance. Let me show you an inactive. Now, inactive means you're not working per se, but you might have other projects going on. So for me, I'm working kind of, sort of, but I'm not working directly at a school this week, right? By the time of this recording. So inactive, because I'm going to be home most of the time. So yes, I'm going to be doing a lot of relaxing, but there's also a couple of home projects I need to take care of. Again, I'm still creating content. I'm working on music. I got a music project that's coming out pretty soon. So I'm trying to put forth some effort and creation with that. So inactive would look like this. Like, for example, today, went to take care of some personal matters. After that, I went to the gym, came back home, showered, took a nap. After that, I woke up, got some school stuff done. Relaxed a little bit, played some video games, created some content, relaxed a little bit more. Now I'm playing some more content, right? So again, these are days where you're actively not working at your job, your 9 to 5, right? Now, for some of y'all might be like, well, what if I don't have a traditional 9 to 5? What if I am an entrepreneur and I don't have a traditional job? Well, in that case, it gets a little bit more dicey, if you will, because you're going to have to put a little bit of extra effort to really go about creating a schedule that works for you. Because, like, for example, if you're a full-time content creator, obviously your livelihood depends on what? The content you create. So therefore, with that being said, you might not necessarily have the luxury of having too much, I guess you could say, inactive rest time. Because it's always going to be active for you because that's your livelihood. But even with that being said, I would still treat it as if you did have a 9 to 5. So have a schedule in which you're creating content. And then after that, take some time to relax. Maybe you're working 10 hours a day, however many hours you're working. At least take 1 or 2 of those hours throughout that day to relax and take a break. So 5 hours, relax, take a break. Another 5 hours, so on and so forth. However you want to split it up, right? Another way you can create a relaxed work balance is knowing when to call it a day from work. And I think that's very important too, regardless if it's active, inactive, traditional 9 to 5, entrepreneurship, whatever. And the reason why I say that is because, and I was just talking to my homeboy Dare about this, shout out to him. The reason why I bring this up is because a lot of times when we work too much, we start to get tired. And when you start to get tired, what happens? You have a mental lapse in judgment. Right? And it's okay. It happens. As you get more tired, you're going to be more prone to making bad choices and mistakes. This is why relaxing and resting is very, very important, because you need that time to rejuvenate, to be recharged, right? Because if you're not recharged and ready to tackle on the next day, you're carrying the weight from the previous day and you're not going to be as productive. That's why they always say, try to get like 6 to 8 hours of sleep. I know it's not necessarily possible every single night, but it is important. You know what I'm saying? And I would say that ultimately work and relax balance is important because you might be somebody like me. I'm a single man. I'm still continuing to establish myself and make sure I'm in a financial place to where I need to be. So that way, when I do have a family one day, I can easily support them. And even if I don't have a family one day, I can still easily support myself, right? You might be one of those type of individuals, and that's a great mindset to have because we should always constantly be working on our purpose. However, at the same time, you got to remember that you can't work on your purpose if you don't have energy in the tank. And that's why relaxing is so important. That's why, as I've said in this series in previous episodes, if you haven't checked them out, check them out. But that's why I say vacations are important. And also, find time to relax with yourself. I didn't bring this up in any of the previous videos, but I'm going to bring it up here. It's great to relax with other people, family, friends, whatever the case may be. But I think the best way to recharge sometimes is to recharge in isolation. Regardless if you're an extrovert, introverts, obviously introverts, I know y'all going to be like, hey, that's my thing. But extroverts, that goes for us too, because I'm an extrovert. Ambiverts as well. You know what I'm saying? Spend that time in isolation to relax so you can recharge your social battery, whatever other batteries you need to recharge as well. And with that being said, that's going to bring us to the end of our Relax series. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I was able to help somebody out. I hope this is, just as a reminder to you as it is to myself, that it is important for you to make time to sit back, relax, and, really just recharge. That's the whole point of relaxing, recharge. All right, but got a new series starting in 2 weeks. We will have a Teachable Tuesdays video next week, but it will not be a new series just yet, only because there are some personal matters that I need to take care of. I'm still going to make sure there's a video for y'all. You guys are still going to have content, but I want to make sure some other important matters are taken care of first before we jump into the new series and whatnot. All right? But this is Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays, here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Thank you for joining me today. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. I will see you guys soon. Take care.